Looks like we're going
game.
live here, Slin. Why don't you take away the first net? Who's your player to watch here?
Shade's on TrukTruk right now. I'm hoping that he's not running it during the actual match, but he might be, and yes, he is. Let's find out. Any moment now. Yeah, I think Shade might be running TrukTruk for this first mid, but definitely watch Bandy on this first rollout. Yeah, he's still running crits. Okay, this will be a little interesting here, yeah. So we are finally live here, the ESEA LAN live from Dallas, Texas, HRG versus Fully Torqued, and Shade is running TrukTruk to mid. Meanwhile, Pure on the other side, taking a slower roll, actually missing that second sticky, and he's going to be a bit slower to mid than Banny as they both arrive here, and early stickies going out. Bandy putting some good damage, and Lansky getting aggressive on that right side. Soldiers on the high ground for Fully Torqued though. Decent damage, but Shrugger takes down Justin. 2 frags down now for Fully Torqued. Shrugger all over the soldiers on the combo. Can he get anything off? But no, finished down by Seagull. And Sizer meanwhile pushing across with his team, making sure he has the heals, and he's getting pretty aggressive onto Pure. Switches targets onto the soldier and takes down Seagull. Meanwhile, the bomb from Tagarung takes down the medic Fragile. Only Pure is alive. He's pushed all the way back to his yard, but HRG are going to take this first bid here, Blake.
Yeah, that was a really solid mid. I mean, Banny, he pushed around the right side really aggressive there, even though he sort of hit the rollout perfectly. I mean, when you see Demoman get to mid, if they hit the rollout, like, really fast, they generally go towards their left. But, you know, Banny pushed up the right side, got a lot of early pressure out, and I mean, the soldiers for Fully Torqued went for him, but in the end, you know, they threw away too many people to kill Banny, and the rest of his team was just able to clean up.
Yeah, and with the Fragile down, Shade is going to have a full 70% advantage here as their team moves out of the sewers, pushing him in pretty aggressively, and here comes that crit spree as Banny takes down Seagull. Decent crit stickies going out all over the place, but not really taking anything down. Sizer picks up a kill on Sean, but that's 2 down, and looks like HRG are going to continue pushing past the second point. They got to watch out for this trap here, but it takes down Shade in the tunnel. Nice job there by Pure. That trap is going to save him that round and give Fragile the Uber advantage.
Well, I think Torqued might actually try to push out here as they have about an 80% advantage. I mean, I think Justin should swap off to Scout here as HRG still doesn't have their medic. I mean, Shade just spawning. Let's see if they're starting to push, and yeah, it looks like Seagull wants to take this.
Yeah, they're trying to push out here, and this could be a tricky push out if they get forced early, and that's exactly what Bandy's doing. Nice pipes coming in to force that Uber from the Fragile. Pure jumping in pretty aggressively here to try and box out Sizer, but really not finding any damage there. Seagull picks up a kill onto Tagarung. But HRG aren't going to lose any more players. The second cap is going to go down for Fully Torqued, and Shade's going to have that 30% advantage. Is he still on crit spree? No, he switched off.
Nah, he's on regular. As, Zebra and I think going down on the flank, they're probably trying to find an opening on Shade as they know that HRG has the Uber advantage, but Banny already getting a little bit aggressive here at the choke. Be interesting to see. I believe Zebra, he'll probably be up in time for the repush, but he'll probably be sacking as no. HRG's already pushing before they get the Uber, coming in through IT.
Yeah, they're coming in hot here now with Z-Brian down. They really can't see anything on the flank. Meanwhile, Lansky pushing across the battle and taking down Justin. The Uber is popped by Shade here, but really not finding anything else. Here comes Lansky, though, jumping into last aggressively onto the Fragile, forcing that Uber. Shade's going to try and get out alive through the tunnel. Meanwhile, everyone's trying to chase down here. Banny's going to be doing a great job of shutting them out of the tunnel there and not allowing Fully Torqued to contest that second point. HRG picked that up.
Yeah, Banny just did. I mean, he had stickies in the right place as Fully Torqued tried to take the better Uber in through the right bats, but you know, his damage just dropped Seagull down to 50 health and they couldn't push.
Yeah, so it's going to be even Ubers here. HRG going to be able to even this out. And like I said, they're so methodical about their play. They haven't given Fully Torqued a single chance at mid, other than the initial mid fight. And here they are now, just evening it out and keeping their 4th point advantage.
Yep, let's see. Oh, we got Justin. I mean, considered one of the best snipers, if not the best sniper in North America. Sniping on defense for Fully Torqued. I mean, what do you think HRG is going to do here? Are they going to have Sizer or Shrugger go sniper, maybe a tag bomb? I mean, what do you foresee out of HRG coming up here, Slin?
You know, there's such a dynamic game. There's so many different plays they can go for. What's something uncommon, but I haven't seen that very much on last points in process, or like a 3-man or 4-man sack. So maybe they might opt for something like that here. They're really content with just evening this out. Meanwhile, Justin on sniper down the right side tunnel, trying to look for something there. But HRG are playing so far back, really not giving them any angles at all.
Ooh, Shrugger versus Sizer versus Zebron. Zebron on 3 health as HRG is able to get the pickers. Sizer gonna make it out. Yeah, well he does. That gives HRG the pick, and Lansky's gonna want to push this in the last.
Yeah, here they are moving it now. Shade's Uber is popped. They're pushing aggressively against the doors. Take down the sentry gun here as well as forcing the Uber from the Fragile. 2 players down from Fully Torqued. Looking pretty good for HRG as Sizer takes down Justin. And here they come pushing into last again. Sizer in. Can he take down? Yes, he does take down the Seagull on the right side. Meanwhile, Shrugger gets one onto the medic and Pure goes down here on the point. Looks like 4 players down now. 5 players down for Fully Torqued and HRG gonna pick up this first round and make it 1-0.
That was a really nice round. Really, Sizer kind of opening it up on the flank. They're winning the 1v1 versus Zebrian, and really sort of opening that up for HRG to take the first round here.
Yeah, Blake, why don't you take the second mid?
Sure, I am watching Pure to mid here as he actually doesn't hit the second sticky jump, but misses his first sticky on the rock as Bandy's already got him stickied away from the med pack. Tag's jumping on the left. Pure so far, I mean, not really putting out that much damage. Oh, he hits a really random pipe on Bandy, so wow, that's gonna cue the push, but oh. Tag with a counter pick here, I mean, a lot of frags and damage, but it looks like slowly going in HRG's favor. No, we have a 2-on-2 ulti-duo situation. Seagull versus Lansky, I mean. Oh, is Seagull backing out of this? No, Seagull's gonna come back in. We're gonna see a man fight here, ulti-duos.
They completely have backed themselves out.
Leaving, no.
Yeah, they didn't want to fight this at all. I'm not quite sure if I agree with that, but really nice mid there from Tagro, stealing the enemy team's health pack. But that random pipe, like you said, coming in from Pure takes down Banny, and they rely on him so much for damage. They were really robbed there, and that almost lost HRG in the mid, but they were able to clean up those frags and take mid. Now it looks like, yeah, I don't know why, but Fully Torque completely pulled themselves out of that mid. I think maybe because Banny went down early in the fight, he might get to mid sooner than Pure. So,
I guess, but I mean, the spawn waves would have been relatively equal there, so I don't know. Torqued, I mean, going with a bit of the safer option, but I feel like, you know, fighting mid actually would have been the better call, as we see an IT push trying to happen from HRG. Shrugger gets picked on the flank here, so Justin picking that up, and that's going to cue the push in from Seagull here through Choke. As he's jumping in really aggressively as he eats an air pipe from Banny, and Banny stickies him, and oh, this push is not going to be in Fully Torqued's favor. Z-Prime goes down as well. They're going to have to get out of Choke here, Slin.
Lansky hit a really nice air shot onto, I don't know if it's Seagull or Z-Ryan, but looks like Banny able to get taken down here by the two scouts. Seanbud and Justin were so aggressive on the flank, holding out the enemy combo. And HRG are going to have to pull back off of this. They want to keep their medic alive. The Fragile did go down in that push, and now here comes the slow push from HRG with the heals.
Yeah, that it is. Oh, Shrugger with a really nice pick on a Justin here, but Pure's able to drop Sizer. I mean, it's a lot of scrappy play coming out so far, just trading frags, but I mean, it looks like HRG finally going to be able to lock him out and potentially secure the 2-cap here.
Yeah, even though Banny went down at the choke, they're so slow and methodical about their pushing. They don't leave any room for error, as Shade is at 80% nearing Uber, as the Fragile is pulling back, and oh wow, Seagull on that right side tunnel picks off Shrugger. Trade here, 5-on-5 the Uber is popped. Lansky should be able to take down Z-Brian here. Yeah, oh, sorry, that's a Seagull he takes down. Tiger grabs Justin in the lobby, and now here comes the push from HRG with the number advantage. Fragile 70%, not going to get it in time. Banny picks off 2 with his pipes. Z-Brian and the Fragile going down. Lansky all over the point, and that's going to be another round for HRG, making it 2-0.
Yeah, that it is. It looks like just HRG, I mean, they seem to be getting the advantage in these transitions, or like, even if they bleed one, the Uber exchanges just always seem to work out slightly in their favor here, so.
Yeah, and you take a look at the scoreboard, Lansky and Tagro at the top of the board, but meanwhile Sugar having another questionable LAN performance this far at the bottom of the board. Maybe he'll be able to pick it up on this next round. We're looking at mid, Tagro grabs the enemy health pack once again and jumps away. Banny tanders and takes down Pure this time. Looking pretty good for them as they're playing it on the high ground. Tagro high bomb, Sugar takes down Sean Bud, and they're pushing the enemy team out of the choke. The Fragile running away as fast as he can, making sure that he's going to preserve his Uber. But here comes Lansky now, really aggressive on the choke as Sizer comes in as well. Can they get anything down? Tagro bombing aggressively to try and take down the Fragile, gets behind the enemy team in the lower lobby, and HRG just completely swarming the enemy team. Fragile goes down to Lansky, and this is looking like trouble, Blank.
Yeah, that is just some really good aggression out of HRG, pushing out his tags. Probably going to be able to pick Sean Bud here, so that's just another kill rolling into their favor. And I expect him to roll in the last here with the super advantage and, you know, maybe leave a scout, but no, Justin and Seagull. Seagull, I mean, picking up both the scouts by himself here, so kind of salvaging, maybe not the round, but at least, like, you know, slowing their advance in the last here. As Banny's able to pick Pure, but I mean, the spawn.
The bomb
soldier bomb in right now. Seagull's in on the medic and he forces the pop. So Seagull, I mean, we talked about him pregame, and he kills both the scouts and forces the Uber.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Seagull to save that round, but still looking like trouble for them as they've lost their Devilman and Soldier. Pure's gonna be up now to try and set a trap, but HRG have that number advantage and they might choose to dry push this.
Yeah, looks like they're peeking a little bit through the lower lobby area. Yeah, we do have a scout running in on the left, so HRG trying to do a bit of a dry push as tag bombs in on Fragile. Fragile might go down here, down to 11 health, and wow, Sizer picks up the.
Wow, really nicely done there by Sizer. Lansky's able to spam down the level 2 sentry gun on the left door, and this is looking very good for HRG now. They're going to pull back, get that Uber advantage. Shade 65%, so close to getting in here now, and Aiden, Fully Torqued are in a lot of trouble if they don't force this Uber or have another great Seagull Bomb or something crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to come down to really big individual performances here. I mean, it looks like HRG on Justin.
That's
Gets
exactly
the
what you're
body
talking about.
shot. I mean, I talked about Justin on Sniper, and right there, I mean, he finds the angle and he hits the shot that, you know, that could have potentially been the 3-0 round right there, and, you know, 3-0 down in the hole. I mean, this could be a turnaround here, potentially.
Wow, really nicely done. The Fragile now 30%. It looks like Fully Torqued are trying to make a push out. Tagrung getting caught here at the forward spawn on the left side door, but really nice spam coming in. Looks like a bomb coming in from Z-Brian to take it down Tagrung, but he goes down to Banny's pipes. Still gonna be 5-on-5, and I don't think Fully Torqued can get out of this last.
Yeah, it looks like they're just content to hold their last here and build up their 40% Uber advantage. You know, Seagull being the player that he is, he might try to peek out a little bit aggressively, you know, see if he can find something with this advantage. As right now, Pure holding down the flank, holding down the universe on the right side, but Seagull's starting to move in through this lower lobby slip.
Yeah, I don't think that is the right choice to push out here. But looks like, yeah, they do go for that push out. The Uber is popped by the Fragile, but they lose 2 players. Their scouts, that is key for Fully Torqued. They can't, without their scouts, they can't capture the second point. So it looks like HRG are looking very, very good now. Again, huge full Uber advantage, and they're just bumping at their players and getting ready for this push.
Yeah, this is really big trouble here for Fully Torqued, as Lansky's already Ubered in through the main. Coming in, jumping towards the point, trying to find Pure, but not able to connect on anything. It looks like Z-Brian might be the first casualty. Z-Brian goes down, we have the Heavy coming out, can Fragile get to him? Fragile goes down. And this is looking like really bad news, as, you know, just they're slowly going to collect the kills here. And this is going to be a 3-0 HRG first half, Slin.
Yeah, that was a quick first half there, but look at the scoreboard. Lansky at the top. Big, huge plays, and inspecting their scrims, Lansky has been doing more damage than Banny in a lot of the games, so huge props to him. He's doing so well. And the other thing for High Rollers Gaming is at the bottom of the scoreboard is Trugger. You know, he's not really picking up those frags, but he's only 3 points behind, so still having a decent game, and Banny with 2 dominations, along with Sizer with 2 as well. Really nice job there by HRG winning those mids.
Yeah, that it is. Wow, we have like the fastest ready up I've ever seen in a LAN match. So it looks like we're going live to the second half here, Slin. So why don't you take it away? This mid foot.
Yeah, I guess Torbal's yelling at them to rush, huh? So sorry, I was like closing one of my browser windows. It looks like this quick bomb gonna be coming in now. As I don't know what Z-Brian is doing. He just jumped all over the place and was trying to take the enemy health pack or something like that. He's completely low on health. It looks like HRG now pushing across their way to mid. Tagron goes for the early bomb. Can he get anything? No. Taken down by Z-Brian out of the IT room. Meanwhile, 2 players down now for Fully Torqued as Justin and Seal get picked off. Lansky on the high ground. Decent damage coming in from him, but Z-Brian picks up another one onto Shrugger. And he's jumping up again. Can he get this one onto Shade here? He's up on the high ground and takes him down. Great plays here from Z-Brian. 2 down. 3 down, sorry, now for HRG. And they're going to have to try and push in further if they want to force this Uber from the Fragile, maybe. No, they're just going to settle for the cap.
Looks like they're just, settling for the cap. That was, to start around Z-Brian, you know, he tried the really quick rollout to land on Bandy's med pack, but, you know, Bandy perhaps a little bit too wise for that. And he had a sticky just waiting on the med pack, so Z-Brian, I mean, he got totally destroyed at the start and just had to leave mid.
Looks like they're going to go for this Uber push out of the IT room, and there's no trap there, so Seagull should be able to get in for free, but the Uber is forced by Tagarum. Seagull doing decent damage on him, but Tagrum's gonna be able to, just barely get caught there by Sean Bud at the sewer door. Fully Torqued with this Uber, she's able to capture the mid, and Shade has backed himself out safely, 50% Uber for him now. Really nice job of them backing out and only losing 1 player.
Yeah, that it is. I mean, Seagull was calling for the push there, the rest of his team electing to stack the cap, and let's see how HRG wants to use this Uber advantage to push into mid with 30% here.
This what kind of happens on these maps. The mid just kind of goes back and forth depending on who has Uber, but really depends on who comes out with a better Uber, gets more frags, and rolls it into the second point. Right now, Shade's building very aggressively here. Now he has the Uber, and looks like they're going to go for that IT push. Lansky leading the way.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit overestimating their advantage here, or maybe just going to hold 2. Yeah, they're not pushing on this Uber advantage, so I mean, this is kind of one of HRG's, you know, this is kind of their game. If they don't believe the advantage is big enough to push on, they'll just slow the game down. So we're going to be waiting on the Fully Torqued push here as they're coming in, trying to push through sewer here. Pure starting to put some stickies up. Fragile over there. They're eating quite a bit of spam, though. I mean, just trying to fill out the defense here. So what do you think about the sewer push?
Yeah, it could be questionable here. There's so much spam coming from Banny, and Banny's actually trapped out pure. Oh, down to just 18 health. Almost gonna take him down there. But oh, looks like Trigger's gonna be trying to poke from the choke side, doesn't get him down.
Wow.
I think Fully Trigger want to reset, but Lansky's actually going for the push here now as Tigerung jumps in and forces that Uber. Nice job by Tigerung as HRG backing away and trying to milk that Uber from Shade. And it looks like they want to force the Uber close to the choke. No, they haven't even used it yet as Lansky picks up a kill on a Z-Brian. Now they pop the Uber. Scout in behind. Justin's in a lot of trouble here. Gets taken down by Banny's Sticky. 3 players down now for Fully Torqued and HRG rolling into third point. But there's a back cap here. Banny's able to stop Sean Bud's back cap. And now HRG are going to be able to solidly capture mid. That's exactly what you're talking about, Blank, slowing the game down and playing to their strengths.
Yeah, that is, we saw just, you know, classic tag jumping in, gets the force, and then Banny just really sort of eating him up in transition there as they tried to come through the choke and force him. So, I mean, that'll be another midpoint going to HRG and a 40% Uber advantage in their favor once again as they're trying to push in through the choke here without Uber. Really aggressive out of HRG as Z-Brian's jumping in really aggressively and Lansky goes down and there's a scout in the sewer here. Fully Torqued might be trying to push this as they're trying to kill the scout in the sewer.
They're doing a nice job of cleaning up these picks here and getting down Tigerung. There's no soldiers alive, and Fully Torqued can move off of this 2-man advantage. Shade is 90%, dangerously close to Uber. Fragile only at 50% here, but they can still try and make a move in force if they wanted to. But I think Fully Torqued are opting to hang back. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that, but both of these teams, I guess, are going for these really conservative play calls. Dude, I don't know, Blank. You would push that, right?
Well, yeah, I would have pushed that. I would have forced them a mid and kited back into 2, and then depending on the situation, keep fighting. But, I mean, Fully Torqued electing to sit at their 2 here, but they're going to have to start taking risks. I mean, HRG's the one, you know, the ball's in their court right now. They're up 3-0, so, I mean, they have, you know, the time to take whatever risk they see fit or just slow it down as they're trying to push in through IT here. Leading the way is Shrugger, Banny, and Lance.
Yeah, this is not looking too good for them. They're getting spanned out pretty decently, and here comes that bomb from Sugar and Tag. I guess that was a design play. Try and force that Uber from the Fragile. Didn't get to go. And Fully Torqued now deciding to push on this 2-man advantage. Sticky's on the ramp there. Bombs away Z-Brian, and he's down to 40 health, but grabs the health pack just fine. Still 2 players down for HRG. Fully Torqued getting some decent cap time on the point and forcing out the enemy combo. Banny's in the sewers. Gonna get pushed out here. And looks like Fully Torqued in a decent position. That was a great mid retake from them.
Yeah, that was really clean, and I mean, neither team electing to use the Uber there. It's sort of the right call there, as if HRG had Uber, they would have been 2 down, and that just would not have been a good fight. So, I mean, a nice retake, though, overall, from Fully Torqued there. Starting to show some signs of life, perhaps, Slin.
Yeah, they really need to make some moves, though, if they want to take this round. Banny grabs a pick on a Sean, but in the the sewers, sorry. Great pick by Banny there. It looks like they're going to be pushing now out of the choke. Lansky's in the lead, but he's got made a lot of flashing come in from Shade. And they're not with the better Uber. They're going to have to back off of this. Fully Torqued now trying to collect themselves, but Seagull so high in the sky gets taken down by Banny. And Fully Torqued are trying to push this choke, but Tigerun comes in from behind and grabs 3 kills on the Fragile, Pure, and Z-Brian. Nice flank from him.
I mean, that was just a really good flank. He pushed in through IT as nobody was looking, and, you know, everybody was trying to help out Seagull fighting choke as the Uber faded, and, you know, Tag just comes in and goes, "Hey guys, I'm a roaming soldier," and shot, you know, 4 rockets in their back and collected a nice 3k there. So HRG rolling in really aggressively in a 2 here, picking up a lot more kills as well as Z-Brian and Sean Bud are added to the kill list, and it looks like they're trying to push last here before they even get Uber here, Slin.
Yeah, Fully Torqued used too many players to try and force that Uber from Shade. Looks like the soldiers trying to bomb around really aggressively here on last, but they're really not able to do much as Shade is going to have the Uber. And here he comes pushing now out of the lobby door. The Uber is popped. Lansky jumping in pretty big, trying to take down the Fragile. Gets finished off here by Sizer. 6 on 5 now as the Heavy comes out for Fully Torqued to try and stop this. Shrugger all over him though, but gets denied. Shanba, nice job on the Heavy. Fully Torqued trying to preserve this now. Only 2 players alive for them. Only Justin now as HRG clean this all up and make it 4-0. This is going to be match point now for HRG.
Yeah, this is, I mean, HRG is kind of winning these transition fights, and the Uber exchanges just seem to be going in their favor.
Yeah, the one push that I saw from Fully Torqued that they could have done that we saw from them coming out of the sewers, they were a little bit too hesitant, and they got completely spammed out there, and then they didn't really make their push work. So now we're approaching what could be the final mid as Fully Torqued rolling out pretty quickly. Z-Brian grabs the health pack away from Banny, but HRG are going to roll out towards that right side with their combo. Tigerung jumps pretty aggressively, gets decent damage, and Justin's gonna get finished off by Shrugger. Tigerung goes down to Z-Brian here now, 5 on 5, but Fully Torqued's combo have already decided to back out through their choke, and they've given up all of this space. HRG gonna take this mid.
Yeah, that they are, and this is just, oh man, this is bad news bears for Fully Torqued, but I mean, not all his losses. They do have an Uber here to defend their 2, is HRG trying to come through the choke right now. And Lansky leading the way, but he's using quite a bit of spam. Banny jumping in pretty aggressively here towards the sewer. But backing out.
Yeah, again, if they don't see that advantage going in for their favor, HRG are just going to back right off of this and reset the situation. They're up 4 rounds, and they could park the bus if they wanted to, but they're probably looking to finish out this match soon here. As fully torqued, Seagull trying to push through the choke, get some decent spam damage, but Shade is looking like he's playing so far back that I don't think that fully torqued can do anything here.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard. I mean, pushing in from 2 to mid is always already a hard enough ordeal, but I mean, doing it when the other team is Uber is pretty much, I mean, that's almost like a lose-lose situation here. But I mean, Seagull realizes, you know, they're down 4-0, they need to make something happen. His tag goes down,
yeah,
and
almost
Fragile
gets
at just
that
20 health.
I'm looking at the scoreboard now. Shrugger's at 8 points, Sizer's at 17, so Shrugger, again, not having the best performance, but at the same time, HRG is doing so well off of the other players. Banny here, putting out so much damage onto the enemy combo at choke, and that's going to force the Uber from the Fragile as they come in here now. Seagull bombs in with Pure, and Pure grabs a pick onto Sizer. The Uber force now from Shade. Here come the counter picks as Banny takes down Seagull. They're looking to clean up another scout here. Sean, but he gets taken down on the health pack. Z-Brian high in the sky. Can he do anything here? Grabs a... Oh, 2 rockets there on a Banny. Takes him down 4-on-4 now as... Looks like Justin's going to be finished off at the sewer door. 2 players up now for fully torqued. They got the back off of this IT room. Fragile pulls out the needles as Z-Brian gets taken down right at the door. Sugar's going to chase this one though. Can he catch up to him in time?
I don't know. Seagull's respawn. Seagull's going to be there, and yeah, Shrugger rightfully so backing off. But I mean, the Fragile was able to stay alive, but I mean, still, this is one of those situations. They're sitting at their last now. Equal Ubers, and it's really the pressure's on. Or not really the pressure. I mean, at this point, HRG... Sooner or later, they're going to have a push, and it's probably going to succeed in the last. So I don't know, Fully Torque needs to make some magic happen to see any sort of comeback in this game.
Yeah, they're building up the Uber now, and it should be an even Uber push as they go into last. Z-Brian is on heavies, Justin on sniper. He's been so dangerous on sniper this whole game. Can he clutch it once again? Looking on that left side, misses a shot onto Lansky. The Uber is popped. Lansky comes in, forces the Uber from the Fragile, but they pick up a kill onto Seagull in the lobby. A little bit of a mistake there from the Fragile. Doesn't save one of his players, and looks like a 6-on-5. HRG might do this dry push now. Lansky looking to spam out that right-sided door, gets decent damage onto the heavy, and looks like Banny's going to come in to try and follow that up. Here he comes now, aggressively sticking out that right-sided spawn door. Sizer here to defend him. And Lansky picks up that kill onto Justin near the lobby. Meanwhile, Lansky bombing in, and Sarger's getting a lot of cap time. Can they finish off this round? 3 down for fully torqued. HRG looking pretty good here. Sizer pistols down the Fragile. 2 players. Sean, but the only one alive, and that's going to be it. 5-0. High Roller Gaming takes this first map 1-0.
Yeah, wow, that was, I mean, really just pretty convincing play coming out of HRG there. I mean, the transitions, the mid-fights, the Uber exchanges, generally everything was sort of going in their favor, and I mean, really, when all facets of the game are working out for you, it's really hard to sort of piece anything together to make a comeback.
Yeah, HRG did a really nice job on those mids, and they really didn't give it up. Fully Torqued has so many bad situations for them. They really had no opportunity to get into mid. You saw Seagull pushing the choke, trying to make his way in there, but HRG here is so solid and just really conservative, and they're so methodical about their play. They don't give Fully Torqued any chance to come back.
Yeah, that they are.
So it looks like we're going to the second map here, and I believe the losers get to choose the map, so Fully Torqued will get to pick what map they want to play on.